My name is Wanjiku Kironyo. I'm a counseling psychologist. The topic I'd like to discuss today is the importance of African grandmother. Grandmothers are very important people in the African communities, mainly because they have been very much a part and parcel of the upbringing of the children. If I can give my own case example, I was born and brought up during the Mau Mau period and a time when that was referred as an emergency. With an emergency, our parents were forced to work away from home, something they were referred to as a forced labor. And they would leave home at 6 o'clock in the morning and they'll come back at 6 o'clock in the evening. So the whole day as children would be left under the care of the grandmother. So it was not unusual for us to be part and parcel of our grandmother's life. Today, because of the social, political, and economic situation, many of the parents are forced to work away from home. Many of those parents who are working away from home, the salary is normally so little that husband's salary alone is not enough. It is expected that the wife also join him in the labor force. Whether she's skilled or not skilled, at least you have to bring something home to make the ends meet. In cases where there's a broken family, because a common scenario that we see in African communities, the single mother normally would end up inviting the grandmother to live with them, or either she'll be forced to move back home and live with her parents. In this particular case, if I can highlight some of the things normally happen, the circumstances under which the girl left home and came back with the children follow the way she is treated by her parents. For example, if she was a young girl who became pregnant, she's still perceived as an irresponsible person, and the mother often would try to apply some disciplinary scenario in her life. For example, what time are you coming home? Why do you leave the children for long hours over the weekend? So she's still perceived as a person who needs the mother care. There's often a lot of conflict among the young woman, her children, and her grandparents. The grandparents sometimes will apply some aspect of authority. That authority is often in conflict with the young mother. You can't treat my children the way you used to treat me, or you are not fair to my children. Or sometimes she's perceived as an old-fashioned in her way of correcting the mistake. You're not giving my children freedom. They want to watch TV. They want to do this. They want to go out. They want to be interacting with the friends. And here you are so strict on my children. So there is a lot of conflict in an attempt to bring up one's children in those kind of circumstances. Other aspect is where we find the grandmother with family that is able and capable of even hiring a house helper, or even herself moving in to live with the couple, not because they really are desperate, but because there's a gap she can fill in. The other reason why the grandmother would find herself living with her children, either she has moved to the city because she has come to the hospital and she needs medical care, and so she finds herself living with the grandchildren. The conflict again you see is where she sees the modern way of bringing up the child in conflict with her tradition. You are spoiling the children. You are giving them a lot of freedom. You are allowing them to talk and say anything back to you. If it was me, they could not have talked to me this way. So there's a lot of conflict that you see with a young couple with this grandmother. And I have seen cases where even though she's trying her level best, a lot of time her level best is not the best for her own daughters and sons. So what do we see? One who really feels that she has something to contribute, and on the other hand, she's perceived as a burden. You are too much in our home. You exercise so much authority. You are dominating, you are controlling our children. So there's a lot of conflict that this person faces. I have seen women who have volunteered to come and help, and then they are perceived as a burden, And in the process, they expect to be well received and or well appreciated. And if they're not appreciated, they feel like, oh, you don't want me, I'm no longer of value to you. So there's always a confusion in that relationship. The other scenario is where the young mother will see the grandmother as fully capable of taking care of the children, and the children are abandoned and left with her. It is expected that you take care of everything except the discipline. Don't deny, I'm giving you money, I'm giving you the support, don't deny my children anything they want. Have even bought them a television and even pocket money to do whatever they want. The grandmother feels, oh no way, this is not going to be done under my roof. So you fight again a major conflict, even to an extent where the young mother is fully in support of whatever the children are doing, and the children know that. Again, because of one attempt to compensate on the time that this young mother is not with the children, she gives in whatever the children expect. And so gifts, and even wants to give them what she considers good life, good living, by exposing them to anything that they want. We want to go to a movie. We want to go and borrow some movies to watch in the house. We want to play games, we want the computer, we want this. And so the young mother will offer those things to compensate for the time that she's not with the children. The other scenario is that our generation are educated, we have knowledge, and somehow we have self-confidence. And the confidence that we have, we walk into our children's home feeling that we have something to offer. So in an attempt to do so, we find ourselves again attempting to control everything that goes on in the home. And so there are such a scenario of rejection. If you come to my house, that is your place. This is the way you have to conduct yourself in this home. And so you find there's a lot of conflict over that. The other one is where the children feel so connected with their grandmother to an extent where whenever their parents say something, they'll check with the grandmother. Grandmother, is it okay? Dad is saying this, mom is saying this, is this okay? And so the young parents feel that, hey, who is the parent in this home? And so some of them have been shown the door because of that freedom that the children have with this kind of kids. The attention they want to give to the children sometimes is in conflict. The young parents, maybe through the program they have gone through, make them want to set up a program in the home. My child, when they come from school, this is what they are going to do from this time to the next time. During the holiday, this is what I want them to do. But the grandmother come in, and again, she interferes with that kind of a program. And so she is perceived as a person who is causing a lot of problem and tension. So what I have seen in many cases, is where the grandparents are treated as somebody who is not wanted in the home. Some of them have been told, don't come here. Others have been told, we are not coming to visit you anymore. And so we are seeing so many scenarios where the grandparents feel very angry. Some of them, when the kids come to visit them, they are allowed to do whatever they want in that home. And the grandmother, somehow, with an excitement, will allow them to do whatever they want. And the parents are saying, in our home, we don't allow this, so we are not going to allow that kind of a freedom. So they're in conflict, and the children know very well which side of bread is buttered. The grandmother spoils us, the grandmother is powerful, we go through the grandmother to get away with whatever we want. So my message to you, grandmothers and young parents, is that we all need each other. The grandparents need you, they need their children, and they also need you as their children. On the other hand, you also need them in their lives, in your lives. You cannot do away with that grandmother. She has been an important person in your life, and she'll be an important person in your children's life. So there's a need for openness in the discussion. Let people sit and agree. Okay, you'll be coming to stay with us for a month. This is how we go about our children program. This is what we do when we get to this point. And sometimes the grandmother also want to interfere with, if there is a hired helper, they want to be the one to control that person. And the person always asks a question, who is in charge here? Am I having two bosses? And so then, because they fear to lose such a person, especially if the relationship has been good, they normally choose the grandmother to leave. So my message again is that conduct yourself as a visitor, and you'll be well welcomed. Do not go in with the feeling that I own these people. These are my children, these are my grandchildren, and I can do whatever I want to do. Humble yourself when you get there. On the other hand, remember, this mother of yours means well. She come home with all the love that she has. She's so deeply connected with her grandchildren, and she wants the best of these children. So when sometimes you see her perceiving misbehavior, what she referred as misbehavior, as something that you have always given leeway to, she's doing that with a lot of love, because she can see beyond, because she has an experience of bringing you up, and she has been in the world longer enough. So let's see whatever she can bring, and let them marry the two, so that the two can be in harmony, because we always need each other.